You are looking plausibly live at the Metrodome in Minneapolis, Minnesota, where in a Retro Sports Network Lost Treasure, a Week 11 matchup between the New York Giants, who are 7-3, and the Minnesota Vikings, who are 8-2. And good afternoon, good evening, good morning to wherever you might be. My name is Ron Chuckett. This is Retro Sports Network. And yes, we're going to finish off Week 11 of our replay with this tape game for YouTube. And I will at some point announce the new Twitch channel that the live streams will be. Now, I want to clarify something here before we get started. That everything I do is still going to be uploaded to YouTube. It's just not going to be live, okay? The live stuff's going to Twitch, twitch.tv/Retro Sports Network, all one word, and we will come up with a schedule for that. And when I find a good way to get things so you could have a plausibly live experience, just pretend you're watching NBC during the Olympics. It really doesn't matter beyond that, does it? So, you get a game today between the Giants and the Vikings, and then we will resume live streaming on December 2nd, because next week is Thanksgiving. So, we'll do some experiments next week on Twitch. But for now, just enjoy the football. As in a musicless way, Retro Sports Network presents the best and brightest of the National Football League 1986 Pro Football Replay Week 11. As I look at that, from the Metrodome in Minneapolis, it's the NFC Central leading Minnesota Vikings versus the 7-3 NFC East New York Giants. And as always, our presentations of football are presented by DigitalDice.com, the #1 podcast on the internet for your sports simulations and replay needs. Find us on Spreaker, on iTunes, and wherever else fine podcasts are listed. So the Giants have won the toss. They are in white with the blue numbers and the blue helmet with the white face mask and Giants written in that big bold print on the side. It'll be Bess, Rhymes, and Rice kicking up to receive. Bess stands on as 8. Rhymes and Rice are on their 15. And I forgot to click. Both teams play both defenses. Silly bee. So the return is coming, and the game is underway. Taken by Bess at the goal line to the 10, 15, 20, 25, and it's hit by 29. So by Hill.
Holding,
and
receiving team.
Feels like a Celine Dion song. It's all coming back to me now. Millard gets called for the hold. And the Vikings will start 1st and 10 from their own 13 following the Allegre kick and the penalty on the return. Wade Wilson is the quarterback. He is in for Tommy Kramer, a 60% pass completion percentage. He is not thrown for a touchdown nor an interception. Darren Nelson, good running back, 554 yards the first 10 games of the season, and good receiver. And Allen Rice, who can get some limited rushes for the Vikings and receive. He's the fullback. The split end is Leo Lewis, 16 catches, 242 yards. The primary receiver is Anthony Carter. He's your flanker. And the tight end is Steve Jordan, 42 catches on the year. 1st and 10. Trap right, Darren Nelson from the 13. He is hit at the line of scrimmage by Carson. In fact, they're going to say it's a loss of 1. Giant defense needs to be strong. The Vikings are favored by 6. Tim Irwin, the right tackle, with the bad block. Let's meet the Viking line. Gary Zimmerman, posing at the Pro Bowl as the left tackle. Terry Tosh is your left guard. Dennis Swilley is your center. Jim Howe is your right guard. And Tim Irwin is your right tackle. 2nd and 11. Medium slant to Anthony Carter. The throw from Wilson. He scrambles around, and it's incomplete. He tried to find Darren Nelson, and that goes by the wayside. 3rd and 11. The Giants play a 3-4. George Martin, the left defensive end, and one hell of a record producer. Jim Burt, the nose tackle, has 8 stops on the year, and Leonard Marshall is the right defensive end. He's got 5 sacks. The Giants linebackers are Hall of Fame worthy. Carl Banks, the left outside linebacker. Gary Reasons is the left inside linebacker. Harry Carson is the right inside linebacker. And Lawrence Taylor is the right outside linebacker. 10 sacks in 10 games. Elvis Patterson is your left corner. Perry Williams is on Carter. He's your right corner. Terry Kennard is your strong safety. And Kenny Hill is your free safety. Minnesota goes to a 3 wide receiver set. Hassan Jones is down near the bottom of your screen. Jones, medium slant on 3rd down from the 12. Wilson throws. It is complete to Lewis for a gain of 9, but Elvis Patterson made the tackle, and Minnesota will not gamble from their own 21. So a 3 and out for the Vikings on this first possession of the ball game. The punter is Greg Coleman, and Phil McConkey will stand back to receive about his 35. Coleman gets it away. McConkey driven back to his 29, where a fair catch is called for. 51-yard punt. Giants will start 1st and 10 from their own 28. Phil Simms under center. Simms, not a great quarterback, has had more passes picked off than thrown for touchdowns, but when he's good, he is like the curly-haired girl. He's very, very good, and when he's bad, he is horrid. Joe Morris, who has run for 889 yards, is the heart and soul of the Giant offense. He's a tailback. Mo Carthon, 65 carries, 219 yards. The fullback, Bobby Johnson, is your split end, or flanker, if you will. 17 catches on the year. Stacy Robinson is your split end, 26 catches for 437 yards for him. And Mark Bavaro, who's their best receiver, 46 catches for 557 yards. Morris, trap right, handoff from Simms from the 28, gets it across the 30, not much more. Robinson gets him by the belt, and it's a gain of 3 for Gerald. Let's meet the Giant line. Brad Benson is your left tackle. He's a good one. Chris Godfrey is the left guard. Bart Oates is your center. Billy Yard is the right guard. And Carl Nelson is the right tackle. 2nd and 7 for the Giants from their own 31. Robinson. Medium hitch. Simms to throw it. Has time. He's got the man open at the 45 of New York. Holt makes a tackle of Robinson for a gain of 16. 1st and 10 for the Giants from their own 47. 12 and a half to go, clock running. Let's meet the Minnesota defense. On the left defensive end is Doug Martin. He has 3 sacks on the year. Tim Newton is your left tackle. Keith Millard, who had that holding penalty on the opening kickoff, is your right defensive tackle. And Gerald Robinson with 3 sacks is your right defensive end. They play a 4-3. On the left outside is Chris Martin. He gets the unfortunate fortune of lining up against Joe Morris today. Scott Studwell is the middle linebacker. And Chris Dolman is the right outside linebacker. The Jerry Browner is your strong safety. John Harris is your free safety. Corners playing up tight. Carl Lee normally is the right tackle. He's on Bavaro. And Isaac Holt Unlimited has 7 interceptions, and he is your left corner. Morris, off tackle right, 1st and 10. Handoff from Simms, and Morris gets across midfield. Robinson with a stop after a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd and 6. So the Vikings are 8-2. They're in first place in the NFC Central. And the Giants are in a three-way dogfight with Dallas and Washington for NFC East honors. If you remember the last live game we did, San Francisco beat Washington 41-7. Trap right from Mo Carthon. Goes to the near side from Sims. He tries to cut to the sideline. Holt is hurt. He'll limp off. He injured some ribs, and it's a gain of 2. So 3rd and 4 for the Giants from the Viking 47. Sims looks to the sideline. Looks short slant to Bavaro. Waits, throws over the middle. Bavaro's got it inside the 40. And it's a first down, a gain of 9. And Sims is 2 for 2 for 25 yards. First catch for Bavaro. 1st and 10 from the Viking 38. First drive for the Giants, 10:58 clock running. Morris will try a sweep to the near side. Hand off from Sims. He gets across the 35. He's going to get a first down the sideline. It's hit at the 23 by Holt.
Holding offense.
But it's all coming back as Bavaro holds. And so a 15-yard gain turns into a 10-yard deficit. And Bill Parcells is nonplussed as the Giants will line up 1st and 20 from the Viking 48. Screen pass to Mo Carthon on 1st and long. Sims has time. Carthon has it. 45-40. Holt makes the tackle for a gain of 8. 2nd and 12. So a good play on 1st and long. And so the second down play will come from the Viking 40. Morris on a draw. Handoff from Sims, and the pendulum swings. 35. He's close. Now Bavaro is out, and his return is questionable. He took a helmet in the midsection. By the way, that was a gain of 11. It'll be 3rd and 1 from the 29 as Bart Oates ripped open the big hole. Bavaro apparently got a hold of some gas station sushi, which I'm not sure was even a thing in 1986, but he wanted to try out his feng shui, and he took a nasty helmet there in the midsection by Newton and immediately clutched his gut like he was Bambi on a shooting range. 3rd and 1. 2 tight end set. One running back. Carson and Mo off the tight ends. Morris probably will get this on 3rd and short. Clock stop, 9:09 to go. Dive play from Sims, and Morris is stood up by Studwell for a loss of 1. And so out comes Allegre. There wasn't anything Morris could do, and the Giant drive with 9:02 to go in the first quarter is stopped right there. So Allegre, it's a coin flip from 47 yards. Rutledge to hold. Allegre to kick. Sims is not, of course, in the game. Oates to snap, good hold. The kick is up, it's long enough, and it's good. So 9 plays, 42 yards, and 4:46 off the clock. 8:26 to go in the first quarter. It's the Giants 3, the Vikings nothing. So Bess, Rhymes, and Rice back to return for Minnesota. And the game, 3 yards deep in the end zone. And they're going to try it. It's going to be Bess. 10, 15, 20. And Bess is hit at the 23. So a 26-yard return. And Jones makes the tackle. So Minnesota starts from there. 8:16 to go. Giants 3-0. Just the start of things here. It's going to be, and I can't put this up on the screen, so the next thing I tape, it'll be some sort of one-off game over the weekend, and I'll have it all dolled up. But it's going to be, if you're interested, write this down. Well, pause the video, go get a pen and a piece of paper. All right, you ready? Okay. It's twitch.tv/Retro Sports Network. All one word. Lewis. Medium cross, 1st and 10. Wilson back to throw. He dumps it down to Lewis, who makes the catch after it. No, Carter. Pardon me. It's Carter on the near side for a gain of 10. 1st and 10 for Minnesota. Nelson. Trap left. Handoff from Wilson from the 33, and the Giants sniff that one out. Irwin is hurt for the Vikings, the right tackle. He'll be back in a few plays. Huffman, not Felicity, will come in the game, although she might prefer playing pro football to serving time in jail. Gary Reasons with the tackle, and Darren Nelson will lose a yard. 7:25. Clock stopped. Ball spotted at the Viking 32. Allen Rice will try a trap left on 2nd and 11. Hit at the 36, a gain of 4. Irwin's coming back. Lawrence Taylor makes the tackle. It'll be 3rd and 7 for the Vikings. They go 3 wide. Jones now comes in the ball game. And Wilson will work out of the gun. Carter. Medium slant to Anthony Carter. Wilson has time. He waits. Carter's over the middle into Giant territory. And he makes the catch after a gain of 19. 1st and 10, Minnesota. Perry Williams on the tackle. Spotted at the New York 45. And so Wilson, who went 80 for 143, is in for the injured Kramer. Threw 7 touchdown passes and 5 interceptions. Looking good so far. Back to a conventional set. Sweep left for Darren Nelson. Still Wilson out of the gun from the 45. Nelson into the secondary. Across the 40. Reasons with the tackle at 38. Give him 7 and a first down. Gary Zimmerman, the left tackle, is the one that made the big play to open up that hole. And it'll be 2nd and 3. 5:55, clock running here. First quarter. Vikings trail by 3. Jordan. Short slant. Wilson remains out of the gun. He'll throw. Jordan runs his route. And it's a bad pass, and the clock will stop with 5:18 to go. The pass was incomplete. Alfred Anderson will come in for Rice here on 3rd and short. Anderson will try an off tackle to the left. Gets the handoff, but no block. Leonard Marshall with the tackle at the 37, a gain of 1, and it'll be 4th and 2 for the Vikings. And so their kicker has a 42. That's a long kick. That would be 54 yards. They're going to go. 2 tight end set. Brown is now in the backfield with Nelson, and everybody's under center. Brown, off tackle left. They're going to go. 4th and 2. Wilson hands off to Brown, and Ted will get it. He got it. He needed 2, and he got 2 and a couple blades of second base. A couple blades of plastic. And it'll be 1st and 10 from the New York 35. So Rice back in the game. 1st and 10, 4:26, clock running. Flat pass to Rice, near side. Wilson throws. Rice has it at the 40. 35-30, first down and more, across the 20. And Harry Carson will make the tackle right there. And the Vikings are knocking on the door. 1st and 10 from the Giant 20. 3:43 to go. 9-play drive. 57 yards. Medium out. Anthony Carter. Wilson to throw. Has got time. He looks down to the far sideline, and it's blocked by... trying to find Nelson. And it's incomplete. So Wilson, 4-7 for 53. The clock will stop with 3 to go. Nilsson, 2nd and 10. Draw play. Not a favorable setup. And they're going to try a dumper in the flat to Nilsson. And Wilson will scramble, and he gets down to the near sideline. He loses one. Oh, he fumbled the snap, and he picked it up. So it's a Harry Carson forced the fumble. And Wade Wilson recovered it, and it's 3rd and 11. Rice will come in. 3 wide receivers set. 3rd and 11, 2:53, clock running. Jones on a medium slant. Time. He's protected well. He dumps it down to Rice, who gets inside the 15. He is hit for a 10-yard gain at the New York 11 by Carl Banks, and the Vikings will try for the field goal. So Chuck Nelson will try a 28-yarder. He's got an 82.6% chance. Wilson will hold the quarterback, and the snapper is Swilly. Good snap, good hold. The kick is going left, however. He hit the laces. It wasn't spun right. I take it back. It was a bad hold, and instead of kicking away from the laces, Wilson didn't spin it right, and the foot made contact with those white laces, and that was it. So no thing on the drive. 1:31, first quarter, Giants 3, Vikings nothing. Morris and Carthon. Morris, a sweep to the near side. Handoff from Sims. 25. Holt makes a tackle at the 26. A gain of 6. And the Giants love to eat yards. Morris, 5 carries, 23 yards, and Isaac Holt makes his 3rd tackle. 2nd and 4. Lee Rousson will come in the game for Mo Carthon. 2nd down. Off tackle right to Rousson. And he gets a first down or more across the 30. Holt makes the tackle at the 35, a gain of 9. And that will be the last play of the first quarter. 15 minutes in the books. Giants with an early lead. 3-0, and the only thing on the digital dice scoreboard is Allegre hitting from 47 yards. Offense, 74 yards for the Vikings, 67 for the Giants. And Sims is doing Phil Sims 3 completions, 3 attempts for 33 yards. That would be 33 1/3. Five of 8, but the Giants aren't giving anything up on the ground. First and 10. Morris will sweep it left side, far sideline from the 35. Tries to turn the corner. He does. Across the 40. Studwell shoves him out on the far side at the 41. It's a gain of 6. And 2nd and 4 for the Giants. This is Giant football in a nutshell. Pound, pound, and throw. Bobby Johnson looking for his first catch of the ball game. Ooh, look at those interceptions percentages. Those are terrible. Medium cross. Sims to throw. Route is run, and he tries to throw to Robinson. Lee leaps and can't come down with it. 3rd and 4 after the incompletion. First one for Sims. 14:42 to go in the first half. Rousson on a screen to the far side. Sims waits. He throws. Rousson's got it. First down over midfield. And Studwell knocks him down at the 45. A gain of 14. So small ball offense, and the Giants take advantage. 1st and 10, Viking 45. Roussan, sweep to the left, to the far side, gets across the line of scrimmage to the 40, and Martin makes a tackle at the right there. So Roussan, 2 carries, 14 yards, and Doug Martin with his first tackle. And it's 2nd and 5 for the Giants. Minnesota keyed Morris, and Morris kept it to himself. This time it's going to be a pitch to the far side. Morris has it, has a bit of room. Dolman makes the tackle. It's a gain of 4, and Keith Millard is grabbing his knee. He limps off, and it's 3rd and really short. So a 2 tight end set. It's Mullen and Carson. Morris and Carthon back in the game. Clock stopped, 12:55 to go in the half. Giants driving. Not in field goal range yet. Carthon. Dive play. Handoff from Sims. Carthon finds a hole, and he gets over the 30 to the 29. So Chris Martin with a tackle, but Carthon got a gain of 7, and it's 1st and 10 for the Giants from the Viking 29. Carthon stays in the game. Why is Carson a tight end? Oh, yeah, because Bavaro is out. Zeke Mowat is your tight end. So Harry Carson doing some old-fashioned Clinton Parks two-way play. Mowat. Short out on 1st and 10. Sims waits. Mowat's got it. He's hit out of bounds by Browner after a gain of 9. 2nd and 1. So a good play, and Sims just keeps it short. 9 plays, 60 yards, almost 5 minutes off the clock. Morris will try to punch a trap to the left side at the 20, and he is stood up by Studwell for a loss of 1. 3rd and 2. Morris 8 carries for 32 yards. And if you're wondering about a leg ray from here, it would be 38 yards and a 3 and 4 chance. So good play there by Studwell to make Bill Parcells think about what he wants to do. Carson back in at tight end. Roussan, trap left. Roussan will get the first down and more. He's hit at the 14, and a gain of 7 to Doug Martin. So Sims calls the right play. They watch for Morris. And the Giants just have enough running backs to make sure that Morris doesn't get plays where you think he'd be keyed. 1st and 10, Viking 14. Under 11 to go, 11:23 clock running. Carson. Short hitch to Harry Carson. Sims waits, throws. He tries to flip it down to Morris, who dropped the football. So 2nd and 10, clock stopped. That's not what I wanted to do. And Mowat is in at tight end. Morris. Trap right. Handoff from Sims at the 14. Gets positive yardage. Robinson will drop him at the 12. 4 tackles for Gerald, and Morris has 9 carries for 34 yards. 3rd and 8. And Sims in a position where he's got to throw. Tony Galbraith is now in the backfield. Again, Moa in a tight end. Robinson and Johnson and McConkey is the 3rd receiver. He sits up top your screen. He is up there. They need 8. Short hitch to McConkey. Sims waits. Quick throw. McConkey's got it. And he has it at the 3 for a first down. So 1st and goal. McConkey with a good catch. Again, Sims just plays a lot of pitch and catch. And it works. 14 plays, 77 yards, and on 6:37 so far off the clock. Now again, a two tight end set, Moa and Johnson, Morris and Carthon. From the Minnesota 3. Mo. Trap left on first down. From the 3, he tries to go to the far sideline and nothing doing. No gain. The Giants have run it 15 times for 64 yards. This time it'll be Morris. And Morris will try a sweep to the far side from the 3. Turns the corner and scores. So the Giants get a touchdown on Joe Morris's 10th carry of the ball game. 8:35 to go, and it's 9-0 New York on the touchdown. So Morris makes an ST plunge. And here comes the extra point. 16 plays, 80 yards, and 7:56 off the clock. A prototypical New York Giant drive as Allegre bangs home the extra point. 8:35 to go in the half. The Giants 10, the Vikings nothing. It'll be Bess, Rhymes, and Rice back to return. And they will return it 3 yards deep. Allegre, excited, got a little extra leg on it. 10 by Bess, and the ball is loose. Who's going to get it? It's recovered by Taylor at the 22, and it's New York Giant football. Lawrence Taylor Hunt smashed Bess at the 22, and Lawrence Taylor recovered it. Here it is again, and the Giants, when I picked these games, this was supposed to be 2 close games. The Giants could deliver a knockout blow right here. Bobby Johnson. Medium slant. Sims to throw. They're looking for a one-play drive. He does. Johnson, 5 touchdown. A one-play drive from Sims to Bobby Johnson from 22 yards, and that's 6. Turnovers like texting while driving kills. Here it is again, right there. He got it at the 5. There was a Viking defender there, but he couldn't track him down. And it's 16-0 New York. Here comes the extra point. Allegre, right, kind of drifts to the right, but it's good. 8:15 to go. New York 17, Minnesota nothing. And this time, 3 yards deep, Minnesota won't take a chance. 1st and 10. Wilson looks around. Tries a medium slant to the tight end, Jordan. Has time. Jordan's wide open, 35-40. Kennard makes a tackle at the 40. It's a gain of 20. The Vikings need something on this drive. So a good play, and that should calm Wilson down. He's 6 of 9 for 83 yards. Alfred Anderson in the backfield with Darren Nelson. Short flat pass to Nelson, far side. Wilson throws. Nelson's got it. 35-40, 45, first down and more. Giant 40, 30, 25. He's hit by Reasons at the 21. Now Leo Lewis and his trick knee are coming out. So the clock will stop. Nelson gets a breather as he makes his longest catch here. 39 yards. And so 1st and 10, 7:20 to go from the Giant 21. And the Vikings just looked a lot better after that bad turnover, which led to the touchdown. Anderson, trap right from the 21, gets it across the 20. Lawrence Taylor rips him down at the 18. 2 tackles for Lawrence, and it'll be 2nd and 7. Halfway home for second quarter, 17-0 Giants. Anthony Carter. Medium slant. Wilson to throw. Has time. Rolls right. Looks around. Tries to find Anderson. And Gary Reasons hit him before he could catch the ball. So it's a drop pass. 6:36 to go. 3rd and 7. And this time around, Gustafson. Jim Gustafson, all by himself as the split end. Carter and Jones are the flankers on the near side. Gustafson. Short slant. Nope. Giants are showing blitz. Screen played out. Oh, this is a cluster. Wilson will scramble 20, 15, and Taylor hits him at the 10, and Wilson is hurt and gone. Wilson should have thrown that away. And it's not Sonny Bono, but Steve Bono. So Wilson, let's watch it again. Wilson scrambled. He should have thrown the thing away. He was in scoring range. And instead, Taylor, that wrist snapped. Oh, that's not good. And so Steve Bono will have to wait a minute because Chuck Nelson on 4th and 2 will try to get the Vikings on the board. 6:26 to go, ball in the 13 in New York. This will be from 30. Nelson, this time it's barely good. No, he missed it right. He missed it right. Bono, who hasn't snapped in a while again. The laces this time were to the side. And Nelson, he's like a modern-day kicker. He misses it to the right. And again, the Vikings have shot themselves in the foot. 6:21 first half. Giants 17, Vikings nothing. So Morris with 6:21 out there with Rousseau. Giants 1st and 10, their own 20. Morris on a trap right. And he's hit by Harris at the... Well, they'll give him one. They'll give him forward progress. Bart Oates could not make the back block. That's the word I'm looking for. And John Harris with the tackle. 2nd and 9. 6:14, clock running. Carthon in the game. Carthon. Short pass in the flat. They're going to stick with it. Minnesota on the blitz. Sims throws, and he leads Carthon astray, incomplete. 5:39 to go. First half, 3rd and 9. And again, no Bavaro. Galbraith is in the backfield. They're going to try a short one in the flat. No, they're not, because...
Ball start.
That's right.
Offense, number 42.
It was the wide receiver,
penalty.
Johnson.
Repeat, 3rd down.
And it'll be 3rd and 14, 5:39. And now they'll just try a screen to Galbraith. And give him room to punt. Sims rolls, throws. There's a flag down. Now Martin's there. This could be pass interference.
Pass interference. Defense. Number 57.
5 and a first as Martin,
First down.
the linebacker, the right linebacker, gets called for what the Vikings think is a ticky-tack call. And instead of a punt, it's 1st and 10 for the Giants on their own 21. Morris and Rousseau in the backfield. 5.5 to go. First half. Morris will sweep to the left. Gets across the 25 in the backfield in the secondary. 1st and 10 at the 35. So a good play. Morris 12 carries for 52 yards. So 18 carries for the Giants for 82 as a team. Rousseau will try a sweep to the right on 1st down from the 35. Across the line of scrimmage, Robinson is there at the 37, and it's 2nd and 8. 5th tackle for Robinson. So the Vikings have not been their own best friends this afternoon. 2nd and 8, 4.5 to go. Clock running. Giants have it 17-0 at their own 37. Mowat. Short slant to the tight end. Sims to throw. Mowat tries to get some separation. He can't do it. Browner jumped in front of him, and Jerry batted it away. 3rd and 8. 4:03 to go. Six plays, 17 yards. Not an efficient drive, but the Giants are taking time off the clock. They'll stay 2 wide. Medium out, Bobby Johnson. Sims rolls right, tries to flick it over, and he just threw it away. Leo Lewis will come back in, and the Giants are forced to punt. Tim Newton hurried Phil Sims, and so with 3:58, the Vikings get another chance here. Sean Landetta comes out for his first punt of the game. No wind. Best back to return, and he'll try to get it at the 15. Landetta with a good punt from his 12. 15, 20, 25, and Best is hit at the 25. And that's a 14-yard return. 1st and 10 for Minnesota. 3:52 first half. Ball at the Viking 25, 17-0, Giants lead. Carter. Bono's going to throw for the first time. A medium hitch. Bono in for the injured Wilson. Waits, throws down to Anderson, who gets 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. Gary Reasons on the tackle. For the Vikings, are averaging 26 points a game and giving up 18. The Giants have 17 in the first half. 2nd down and 7. Nelson off tackle left from the 28. Gets it to the 31 before Gary Reasons will make it 3rd and 4. So good tackle by Reasons. Nelson just not getting anything going. And Steve Bono, no, of course, radios in the helmets in 86, just looks to see what the play is. Jordan, oof. Short cross. They're going to try it. I think this is going to get picked. Bono tries to read. Can't find anybody. Has all day. And it's intercepted by Welch. He went to Anderson, and Herb Welch read that one in his eyes and makes the 2nd interception of the year. And the Giants, with 2:25 to go in the half, have it at the Minnesota 43. Here it is again. And with 2:25, they can really run it once. Off tackle right for Morris from the 43. And Morris is stood up by Robinson for a loss of 1, and that'll take us to the 2-minute warning. Carl Nelson, the right tackle, did not make the good block, and it'll be 2nd and 11 from the 44. So the Vikings have turned it over twice, and the Giants have 170 net yards and 17 points to show for it. Roussan in the flat. Sims waits, throws, and that's incomplete. Good protection, but the receiver and quarterback were not on the same page. And it'll be 3rd down and 11 from the 44. McConkey comes in as a receiver. He's up at the top of your screen. McConkey. Medium slant. Sims under center, waits, throws, and that's incomplete. But Harris batted it up.
Pass interference. Defense. Number 26.
And Evans, however, did not allow the catch.
First down.
The nickelback, and again, the Vikings are absolutely incensed. Instead of it being 4th down, it's 1st and 10 from the Viking 29. 2nd pass interference call against the Vikings in the ballgame. Galbraith. Short flat pass from the 29. Sims has him. Cross the line of scrimmage, over the 20, 1st and 10. Martin brings him down at the 18 after a gain of 11. Clock running. Formation changes. Morris and Rousson. Morris. Off tackle right. Handoff coming from Sims. Morris to the 15, to the 10. First down. 5 touchdown. What a play. Minnesota went with a kitchen sink blitz. Billy Ard picked it up perfectly, and Joe Morris just threw a Mack truck through that hole. Well, he didn't get a smack at him. You're right. Morris just had all day. He cut to the inside, and it's now 23-0 New York. Extra point by Allegre is up and good. And so, 5 plays, 43 yards, and 1:07 to go in the half. The Giants have ripped open this one like a Band-Aid, 24-0. Biss will return this from his goal line. 10, 15, 20, good return, and hit at the 24. Keith Malone, and it's coming back.
Receiving team, 10-yard penalty.
Well, Jerry Burns, his face matches the hair color. It's just a deep shade of umber. Keith Millard is back in the game. That'll help the Viking defense, but they're really at the point where you're just waiting for this one half to be over. Trap right to Alfred Anderson from the 10. He gets it across the 15. Perry Williams stops at the 17. And with 47 seconds, they got to run another play. 2nd and 3. Bono. We'll just kind of take a victory formation here, and we'll go to the half, I would imagine. Yep, so that's the end of the first half. All Giants, and guess who gets the football? We go to the third quarter. It's the Giants 24. The Vikings nothing. And on the Digital Dice scoreboard summary, let's tell you about this second quarter. All Giants all the time. Give us 15 minutes and the Giants will rock your world. Joe Morris on a 3-yard run, capping a 16-play, 80-yard Bill Parcells special to make it 10-0. And then following a fumble on the ensuing kickoff, Phil Simms hit Johnson for a 22-yard one-play special to make it 17-0. And then the Giants, following a turnover, 18-yard carry to make it 24-0. So the Giants, 16:44 off the clock. Minnesota, 13-16. 200 yards for the Giants, 153 for Minnesota. And the big news for the Vikings is that Wade Wilson smashed his wrist trying to scramble on a broken play by Lawrence Taylor, and he's done. Don't know when he's back. We'll know after the game, but he is out. This is Steve Bono's football game, and he went 1 for 2 for 3 yards and an interception. So if you're a Giant fan, you're liking your chances right now. McConkey back to return it. Nelson's missed 2 field goals. McConkey from the goal line to the 10, and he's hit by Shue. That's the first time that the Giants have received a kick today, because Chuck Nelson coughed up 2 missed field goals. Morris. Sweep right, 1st and 10 from the 10-yard line. He does get a bit of a block. Newton with a tackle after a gain of 3. So after a recording break, it's 2nd and 7, 14:40. Clock running third quarter, 24-0 Giants, ball to 13. Morris got 3 on that play. And now it's Rousson's turn. He'll try and sweep to the far side. And Rousson gets across the 15. Studwell with a tackle at the 17. It's a gain of 4, 3rd and 3. So the Giants just want to control as much as possible. They already have 100 yards on the ground on 23 carries, 108 to be exact. They're down and short. Morris, trap right. Sims with a handoff from the 17. Morris tries for the first down. He won't get it. Newton with the tackle after a gain of 2, and the Giants just aren't going to fart around from their own 19. So 3 and out for New York to start the second half. Best back to return as Landeta aims to boom this one deep. Best at his 35. At his 34, makes the catch across the 40 to the 45, and it's a return of 10. So Steve Bono and company take over from their own 44. 12:44 to go in the third quarter. 24-0 Giants. And so the story, Steve Bono is now your quarterback. Nelson and Alfred Anderson are your setbacks. Carter and Lewis the wide receivers. Steve Jordan the tight end. Zimmerman and Irwin the tackles. Tosh and Huff or Howe are the guards, and Swilly is your center. For the Giants, it's a 3-4. Marshall and Martin the ends. Burt the nose tackle. Taylor and Banks the outside linebackers. Carson and Reasons the inside linebackers. Williams and Patterson the corners. Kennard and Hill the safeties. Nelson, sweep to the right, 1st and 10 from the 44 to the far sideline and gets a block across the 45. Williams will make the tackle at the 48. 2nd and 6. So Williams has 4 tackles, and Bono just going to try to play some pitch and catch with Carter. Short out. Bono has time and goes to Jordan instead. That's incomplete. Giants blitzed. And Bono was 1 of 3 for 3 yards. And the Vikings are 1 for 6 on third down. That isn't very good. Hassan Jones comes in on the near side. Jordan. Jones, maybe? Oh my gosh, this is horrible. Medium slant to Hassan Jones. Bono waits, he's going to run, and he gets it hit by Welch for a gain of 1. So Welch makes a second tackle, and Bono seems to be like a deer in the headlights. 4th and 5, and the Vikings are forced to punt. As I hit the wrong button. Greg Coleman out, McConkey back to return. Bavaro, remember, got hit in the gut in the first quarter. He got some bad, presumably gas station sushi is from what we understand, and his return is questionable. McConkey will try to return this. Coleman hits it short. McConkey at the 15, across the 20. He is hit by Robinson after a gain of 9. 1st and 10. From the Giant 21, Carthon and Morris in the backfield. Johnson and Robinson, the wide receiver. Zeke Mowat is your tight end. The line for the Giants, Benson and Nelson, the tackles. Godfrey and Ard, the guards. And Oates, the center. For Minnesota, the ends are Martin and Robinson. Millard and Newton are the tackles. The other Martin and Dolman are your outside linebackers. Scott Studwell on the inside. Holt and Lee are your corners. Browner and Harris the safeties. 1st and 10. Medium slant to Stacy Robinson. Sims, flag is down. Throws incomplete.
Holding. Offense. Number 63.
And that's the right
penalty.
tackle, Nelson. Bill Parcells, nonplus. 1st and 20. Now on the Giant 11. Morris on the draw, handoff from Sims, and he's hit by Millard at the 13, gain of 2. So Minnesota, 2nd and 18, hoping to hold the Giants to a 3 and out. Morris, flat pass, near side. Sims is hit from behind by Dolman, and Dolman is dancing around, and Bill Parcells is absolutely livid. So spot the ball at the Giants 6. There are just no good plays for 3rd and 25. Galbraith. Short flat from the 6. Sims from his end zone. Galbraith has it. 5, 10, and he gets to the 12, a gain of 6, and that will put Landeta right by the goal line for this punt. 4th and 19. So Parcells says a few words to the blonde bomber on his way back, and Landeta hopes to pin Minnesota over midfield. Best from his 43. Gets it to the 45 across midfield and is hit for a 10-yard return. So 9:29 third quarter. 1st and 10 for the Vikings in Giant territory on the 47. Steve Bono looking kind of shell-shocked. Nelson, sweep left near side from the 47, waits for a hole, gets it 45-40. First down, I think. Yep, Kennard knocks him out at the 36, and it's a fresh set for the Vikings with 9:18 to go in the third quarter. So Nelson, 6 carries for 23 yards, and the Vikings have run it 15 times for 44. Carter, medium cross, and this is trouble. Bono waiting, throws, intercepted by Perry Williams at the 28. No gain, and that's it. Bono is the quarterback. So here it is again. Bono went, oh no. And with 9:12, Morris is going to sit. O.J. Anderson or Otis Anderson and Roussan are in the ball game. Otis off tackle left from the 28, and he's hit right there by Martin for no gain. Brad Benson with the bad block, 4th tackle for Doug Martin. The Giants win on their defense, as they really did in 1986. They averaged play 15.5 a game, and the Vikings need 15.5 just to get to that. Mowat, short out. Sims waits. Mowat to the sideline. He's got it. He's going for the sideline. Browner makes a tackle after a gain of 9. And he is hit by Jerry Browner out of bounds. So Mowat with the catch. And it'll be 3rd and a short 1 for the Giants. Roussan. Trap left. Handoff from Sims. Roussan, first down. He got it. Martin with the tackle, gain of 2. And the clock will tick. Again, Anderson will try a pitch to the right, but the clock is stopped on the flag.
False start. Offense. Number 61.
It's
5-yard
Godfrey
penalty.
for the
Repeat
Giants.
First down.
The left guard, Chris Godfrey. 1st and 15. Anderson, the draw. 7:56 in the third. 35. He is hit by Studwell at the 39. A gain of 5. And 2nd and 10. Morris getting a break. The Giants figure to grind this one as much as they can. Sims 10 of 16 for 113 and a score. Anderson, little dumper in the flat. Sims is going to get hit by Martin for a loss of 6. So the Giant line is not protecting well. Doug Martin with a sack. And it'll be 3rd and 16 from the Giant 33. 7:07, clock running. 3 wide receivers. So McConkey in the game. He's up top. And Galbraith in the backfield. And Galbraith will try for the short flat on the far side. Sims finds him behind the 30. 35, 40, 45. Is he going to get it? He does. He got a gain of 16. The Giants were just looking to run some clock. And instead, Galbraith made a 16-yard run after the catch. It's 1st and 10 from the Giant 49. Morris is back in with Carthon. First down. Off tackle left to Morris from the 49er. He is hit by Studwell for no gain. And the clock will go under 5.5 here in the third. 2nd and 10. And as this video kind of stretches out over 1 hour, my name is Juckett. This is Retro Sports Network. You can find live streams starting in December at twitch.tv/Retro Sports Network. Is when this replay will resume. It will be the Jets and the Dolphins week 1 along with, or the first week on Twitch, along with the Giants and the Cowboys. So 1st and 10, they go back to Anderson and Rousson. Anderson, 2nd and 10, trap right. They don't audible. Minnesota blitz, handoff to Anderson. He gets it over the midfield stripe. Dolman will make the tackle at the 49. It's a gain of 2. 3rd and 8. We go under 5. They go 3 wide again. This time, Robinson. We need 8. Medium hitch. Sims back to throw. Protected. Gonna scramble. 45. He won't get it, but he gets 6. He slides to the turf, and John Harris makes the tackle. And so after 9 plays and 30 yards, I think Sean Landeta is content to pooch one here. 4th and 2. Landeta off the side of his foot. And it's a nice punt. It will roll dead at the 15. 28 yards, no return. 3:37 to go in the 3rd quarter. And the Giants are pitching a shutout, 24-0. Nelson, short, flat pass, and Bonos can't even do anything with it. Gonna scramble. He gets to the 16. It's not a sack, but Lawrence Taylor lowers the boom. And it'll be 2nd and 9. Not one for the faint of heart if you're a Minnesota fan. Carter. And the interception percentages are just terrible. Short slant to Lewis. Can Bono not get picked? He throws it. A short slant to Lewis, and it's a gain of 7. And Terry Kennard on this hard turf turned his ankle. And so on 3rd and short, maybe, just maybe, Elvis Patterson, by the way, made the stop. Minnesota can run for a 1st down. They're 1 for 7 on the afternoon. Anderson sweeps it to the right. He goes to the far sideline. Waits for the seats to part. Has it. 1st down. Hit by Patterson at the 30. Gain of 7. Giants will give that up all day now. And Anderson has 4 carries for 18 yards. Rice will come in the game with Nelson. Now 1st and 10 from the Viking 30. Giants blitz, short flat to Nelson. And Bono completes it to Nelson across the 30. And Banks, that was tipped by Martin, by the way. Nelson caught it. It's a gain of 6. So 2nd and 4. Carl Banks with a 2nd tackle. Spot it at the Viking 36. Nelson will sweep it to the far side right. From the 36, he gets a block. 1st down and more. Terry Williams, a gain of 10, and it's 1st down for Minnesota. End of the 3rd quarter, coming up 1:13. Jet sweep. Anthony Carter runs the reverse, and 45-50. Jim Burt with a tackle at the 49, give him 5. And the Vikings are just not in any hurry. We start the final stanza from the Metrodome. 15 minutes to go. It's the Giants 24. The Vikings nothing, and there were no scoring in the 3rd quarter. As the digital dice game stats come on for you. Giants own the time of possession in the 3rd quarter. Bono 3 of 6 for 16 yards and 2 interceptions. And now Minnesota is able to run a bit. And Morris will probably get 6 or 7 carries down the stretch. So that's the status of the ballgame. Jordan, short slant. Bono, Waits, gonna run, and he's hit by Burt for a gain of 1. 3rd and 4. So Bono has tried to run and discovered the Giants are good at that. 4 carries, 2 yards. Jordan medium slant. And Bono, an 18,000-step drop, and Taylor sacks him for a 12-yard loss. That was all on Bono. Giants blitz 3, and Bono just went, oh, poopies. And Taylor gets his first sack. So the Vikings end an 8-play, 25-yard drive with a punt. Greg Coleman will punt it deep for McConkey. Inside his 15 is the call. He's dragged to his 11, 15, 20, 30, 35, 40. Good return by McConkey, and he's hit by Bess after a 29-yard return. So 1st and 10 for the Giants on their own 39, 13:25 to go. Morris and Carthon in the backfield. Sweep right for Morris to the near side. There's a flag down. He's hit over the 40. Robinson makes the tackle at the 41.
Offsides. Defense.
But this time
Number
Minnesota
79,
jumped. It's
5-yard
Martin.
penalty.
And it'll be 1st and 5 from the Giant 44. Sims. Long slant to Robinson. They're going to try this. Sims rolls, throws. Robinson can't get it. They had all the earmarks there. That was not a bad throw by Sims, but Robinson went one way and Sims went the other, and it's 2nd and 5. Clock stopped, 13:12 to go in the ballgame. Morris off tackle right from Sims, 45. He will be hit by Holt for a gain of 3. And it'll be 3rd down and 2. Morris now 19 carries and 79 yards. 2 tight ends set. Harry Carson comes back in. Robinson the lone receiver. This will be for Little Big Bo. And Carthon will try a trap to the left to keep it going. He does over midfield, 45 of Minnesota. Browner with a tackle after a gain of 9. And Carthon, 4 carries for 18 yards. And, yep, tick, tick, tick. Morris pitch to the far side. Has it. 44-40. Gets a block. 1st down 30. And Studwell makes the tackle at the 26. It's a gain of 18. For Studwell, that's 10 tackles. And for Morris, that's 20 carries for 97 yards. So 11:45 clock running. So what a play by Morris. 1st and 10 from the Viking 26. Carthon, short flat. Sims leads Carthon astray. The throw is high, and the clock will stop with 11:10 to go. Sims 11 for 19. I mean, this won't go in Football Digest as one of the greatest games ever played. But the Giants just dominate on both sides of the football. If this holds, they will be 8-3, and the Vikings will be 8-3. Mo, trap right. Sims hands it off at the 26. Carthon bangs his way for 4, 3rd and 6, and Jerry Browner makes his 5th tackle. Anderson and Roussan come back in the game. Mowat, the tight end, and the Giants run a conventional 2 wide receiver set. Short slant. Stacy Robinson. Sims has time. Now he doesn't. Going to scramble across the 20. Ballard makes a tackle after a gain. And Raul Allegre will try this from 36. 75% chance. Rutledge will hold. Oates to snap. Allegre. Just kind of like the allergy medication. Straight, true, and good. It was low, but it cleared. 9:45 to go in the football game. It's the Giants 27, the Vikings nothing. So Bess will down the kick 4 yards deep. And I'll take a drink. The Vikings are averaging 347 yards a game. They have 194 against this Giant defense this afternoon. Nelson, short pass in the dumper. Bono's going to run 20, and Hedden will make the tackle at the 21. Giants in a blowout? No, it's a nickel defense. So Bono has not been his own best friend. 5 carries, 3 yards, and the clock with 9:37 is just going to tick away. Anderson, trap left from the 21, and he's hit at the line of scrimmage by Carl Banks. And this drive is going nowhere fast. It's 3rd and 9. Jordan, medium hitch. This is going to get picked or a sack. Bono waits, throws. Who's got it? Interception for Elvis Patterson. His 4th of the year. And the fans with 813 are streaming out. Bono 3 for 7 for 16 yards and 3 interceptions. And I don't think there's another quarterback. I really do think this is Bono's game. Sims looks to Bobby Johnson on a short out from the 32. Sims waits, throws. Johnson's got it, 25. He is hit by Holt for a gain of 9. And the clock will tick again. 8:07. Giants in no hurry. Roussan on a dive play on 2nd and 1. Martin makes a tackle. No gain, and the Giants don't care. Morris and Carthon, Zeke Mowat are in the game. Zeke Mowat with a bad block, and Doug Martin with the 7th tackle. Giants are 500 on 3rd downs. 8 for 16. Morris will try a sweep left from the 23, and he gets it. 1st down and more, across the 20, and that gives Joe Morris 101 yards on 21 carries and 2 scores. The Giants have run it 38 times for 168 yards. Tick, tick, tick. 6.5 to go. Carthon. Off tackle right from the 19. He's hit by Dolman at the 16, gain of 3. So not much anybody from Minnesota can do at this point. They've turned it over 4 times, thanks to Steve Bono and his 3 interceptions. Morris. Pitch to the right from Sims from the 16. Gets across the 15. 1st down inside the 10. Dolman makes the tackle at the 5. And for Morris, that gives him 1,000 yards in 1986 on 244 carries. So what's left of the crowd begrudgingly applauds it. He's only had 5 touchdowns. And we go under 5 minutes. Giants just running as much clock as they can. This time it's Anderson. 1st and goal from the 5. Dive play, handoff from Sims, and Anderson keeps the legs moving for 3. We go under 4:14 to go. So Otis, 4 carries, 10 yards. And the ball on the 2-yard line. 2nd and goal. No, I went to go to Roussan. Roussan. Again, dive play. Giants don't really care if he scores or not. Ballard makes a tackle at the 3, a loss of 1, but we go under 3.5. So it's 3rd and goal. Now they go to two tight ends. Mowat and Harry Carson. Morris and Carthon in the ballgame. Carl Nelson with a bad run. Block Morris. Draw play. Waits for the C's to part from the 3 and scores. So Joe Morris's very good day continues. 2:42 to go in the game. 8 plays, 32 yards, and 5:31. Here's the Giant touchdown again. And the Giants have just shoved it down Minnesota's throat. 43 times, 187 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Extra point from Allegre is up. The extra point is good. 2:42 to go in the game. The Giants 34, the Vikings nothing. Allegre will boot it. Taken at the 5 by Best. 20, 30, and Jones will tackle him at the 32. Can I change quarterbacks? No, I am out of quarterbacks. I am out of quarterbacks. We're going blowout offense. So Wayne Wilson is one running back. Ted Brown is the other. Jim Gustafson is a receiver. Mike Malarkey is the tight end. And Buster Rhymes is your other receiver. Bono to Brown, 2.5 to go. Brown 35, he's hit by Taylor at the 40. And Rhymes, we are being told, has torn his ACL. Isn't that great? Jim Hoff with a big block. And so even in garbage time, things are going badly for the Vikings. The Giant defense has gone into a blowout formation too. We won't go through the changes. 2nd and 12, or 2nd and 2. Wayne Wilson on a dive play. 2.5 to go. Flag is down. It's a first down if it holds.
Offsides. Defense.
And it won't matter
Number
because
23,
they'll take the
5-yard
5 from
penalty.
the offside, and it's 1st and 10 from the Viking 45. So Wayne Wilson gets to do that play again. Off tackle left. This will take us to the 2-minute warning. And Marshall makes a stop after a gain of 1. So, reminder, twitch.tv/Retro Sports Network for live broadcast. And we'll do some in the next week or so. But our official kickoff is December 2nd. Malarkey on 2nd and 9. Short hitch. And Bono is just going to get pounded by Taylor for a loss of 5. Second sack for Taylor. He is 12 on the year. And Bono is going to wake up eating a whole thing of Tylenol tomorrow morning. 3rd and 14. Brown. Trap right. 1:57 to go. And Marshall will make the stop at the 44. So minute 12, they'll punt this away. Coleman with 33 seconds, and it'll just be a blowout snap and a prayer. So it's McConkey's hit for a gain of 6. And the Giants will let Jeff Hostetler have the honors here to take the knee, and that is thankfully the ball game. So the Giants have shut out the Minnesota Vikings by the score of 34-0. And that's the story. You're seeing it on the screen with the runs. 44 runs for 186. If Sims doesn't need to throw, the Giants are good. And the injury to Wilson pretty much ended Minnesota's day. Steve Bono threw 3 interceptions. We'll get to that in a second. And the Giants had possession for 36-26. 5 trips to the red zone, 3 touchdowns, and a field goal. The injuries, Kennard is out 2 weeks. Wilson is out 6. I hope Kramer's back soon. And Rhymes will miss the rest of the season. Scoring in the fourth quarter, Allegre, a field goal, it's all New York, and Morris with his third touchdown of the game. And this was as one-sided as you can get. Sims 12 of 20 for 138. Morris 23 for 115. 5 10-yard plus carries, 7 first downs, and 3 touchdowns. And Joe Morris is your player of the game. Bono 3 of 7 for 3 picks and 2 sacks. Lawrence Taylor, 7 tackles, 2 sacks in a hurry. He had the leading tackler for the Giants. Studwell, 10 tackles, 2 stuffs for Minnesota. Martin and Dolman had the sacks. They did not intercept Sims. Williams, Patterson, and Welch had 3 interceptions. For the Giants, and there you go. So, all right, so this lost Retro Sports Network, not so classic, comes to an end. Hope you enjoyed it. So the football replay resumes the first week of December live on Twitch and, as always, on demand at YouTube. And so thank you so much for watching. I'm Ron Juckett. Watch for me on twitch.tv/Retro Sports Network, and we're going to do something really soon. Enjoy. Have a good day.